Hello, we will be introing into Unified Networking, showing you how to create a network and a Wi-Fi interfaces so that users can connect to the Wi-Fi network on your Unified access points. So as you can see here, we're on our dashboard. You can see the time here. This is a self-hosted instance. Here's the server IP. Here's activity that I've made in the past. Here's signal statistics from the connected access points. Here's some of the clients up here, as you can see. Access points here. Here's the channel retries, session times. More statistics, what bands the access points are on. Main statistics here. Input and output, download, upload. As you can see, we can go over here to the topology here. You can see the access point here. We only have one. You click on it, you can look at Analyzer and you analyze that. You can see these two devices connect to this. This is a IoT device. Here's my phone. You go over here, look at some of this stuff. Just statistics, overview. Then you can click on the access point here. Shows you all that fun stuff, Wi-Fi networks it's on, IP address, signal experience. You go to Unified Devices. This just shows you all the access points and all the Unified devices like camera, switches, other controllers on the network. The same thing as the topology. Same thing here. You can see your devices. Here's all the radios from each access point, and you can see the access point has a 2.4 gigahertz band and radio and the 5 gigahertz radio. You go to Insights, it shows you all the Wi-Fi networks. I have 2 here, as you can see, and I have 3 networks here. And then you can go to Admins, and you can see the admin for your site, and you can obviously add more if you want. There's logs, system log. So if you're adding an access point, and you're able to integrate your access point to the hub or the controller, you'll see it will ask to adopt it, and you want to click adopt, and it will automatically adopt it into the network. And once you adopt it, the access point should automatically hook up into the controller every time you connect it to the network. There's settings, and this is where you would manage your Wi-Fi here. You see I have 2 here. You can tell there's 2 different some of these things here. So networks it's on. You click create new, and as you can see, there's the name. You can add a name for your Wi-Fi network. Testing. Give it a password. It must be at least 8 characters. Then you set the network it needs to be on. And you set the broadcasting APs into groups. So you can set the specific access points or a different group of access points if you want to, or you can set it all and it's stacked out as like a little mesh Wi-Fi network. Now the funner stuff is under advanced. As you can see, there's pre-shared keys for more secure networks. Here under Wi-Fi band, this specifies what bands you want your Wi-Fi network to work on, and band string will switch it between the two. If you're moving farther away, you'll be switched to 2.4 gigahertz band, and of course when you're closer, it switches you to 5 gigahertz for higher speeds. You can hide the Wi-Fi name if you want. There's BSS transition, faster roaming, when you want to switch access points in a mesh. You can limit the speeds, you can filter MAC addresses, you can set the security protocols. There are some that if you set, it will give you more options to play around with, like security protocols. You go here and set it to WPA3. As you can see, it shows here PMF is required. It has to be on your device or it will not work. That is how WPA works. There's say anti-clogging and say sync time, and that's primarily all WPA3 settings. Now actually if I go back here, I'll get different options, or I won't get those options. I can actually disable PMF because that's primarily a WPA3 thing. So if I set this, I'll get more options, or I'll get the option to optionally select PMF. So if I go back, I'll be able to see here, radio manager, blah, blah, blah. You can see the individual channels. I believe older versions do not have this. I think this is a newer edition. So if we go to here, networks, I can see here's all the networks again. There's some settings if you want to play around with. Rogue DHCP server detection, which is really nice. You can see here if I click on this, all this is a network which just tags devices with 140 VLAN ID. And here's the trusted DHCP server. You can also enable that stuff. Create a new one, obviously. You set a name. And obviously, if you were having one of their cloud key products, Ubiquiti, you would obviously set a router here. It would have an option for that. Now, the VLAN ID, you can just set that to whatever, or you don't set it to anything, it'll default to 1. And you don't need these options, but these are nice. These are just, you just set the DHCP server and it will just make sure that no other rogue server really affects it. You go to profiles, you can set Ethernet profiles, you can set Wi-Fi speed limits, and then you set radius servers if you have any on your network, and you can set IP groups. Under here, under systems, you can change the device name, the country, the language, just general settings. There's really nothing else to it. Then you have updates. You can check for updates. You can make sure your device or your unified device is updated all the way and your sub devices are updated. You can perform updates here. I can download that. You see I have some updates already on here, so I can just download one, wait for that to go, and I just add that to my tab notes. Under advanced, I could play around some more, remote management, using a mobile app, and the mobile apps are really nice. Under here, there's data retention, NTP, and I will automatically get an IP from the DHCP server. Set up email services. You can set SMMP monitoring, which is really nice. Set device authentication, SSH. There's a subout file if you need to do any troubleshooting or get Ubiquiti to help you troubleshoot. Then you have all the rest of the stuff, more wireless settings here, wireless meshing, simple stuff. Set a syslog server here. And then there's the inner space. You can actually kind of lay out what your environment looks like on your network, which is really nice. You play around with this. Go here. Oh, I've never really played with this. I can set this here. Kind of make it look like what my room looks like here. It's really not realistic, but it's close enough. Oh yeah, this is really bad. Oh, I'm not good at this stuff. Oh. Wait. Alright. So yeah, I said that. Oh, what am I doing now? Oh, alright. That's enough playing for that. I can't be bothered. But as you can see, you could set this and it will automatically kind of pick up the signal data. Never really played around with it, but it's pretty nice. Some other stuff, details you might want to look for when you're playing with access points is that if you go here, if you look at the statistics here, you see it's here, these can be signs that your access point is bad and you should probably get a new one. Because it's bad when you're constantly dropping traffic for kind of no reason at all. You can tell signals here, transmit power overall. Let's see which channels they are on. These are very important information you want to know when you're looking at your access points. You can set some of what your radio's stuff to be, your channel width. If you're in a less congested area, you could set your channel width higher, and that would give you more bandwidth to work with. Especially if you're working with 6 gigahertz now, you can set your channel width really high because most people don't have 6 gigahertz to work on. So you could get a higher channel width. Now, if you're in a area with a lot of people living near you, you probably want to set your stuff to 20 channel width because obviously it's a more congested area. Channel width is a high channel width would not get you very far. So we'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching this video. Hope this helped you in any way or not.